Hey people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Just give me a minute. Let me check if I'm live or not, and then we can start. Okay. Not sure since yesterday I'm facing a problem, not able to go live. What this? Yeah, I'm live. Without wasting further ado, for the people who are new to this video or who are watching this in the future, the plan is to solve SQL 50 problems both in SQL and in Pandas. Okay, and today's problem number is 41. Friend request who has most friend. Okay, so we have both the queries ready in SQL and Pandas. We'll try to understand it using the GPT. Okay, so we have the table request accepted, in which there are three columns. One is requester ID, acceptor ID, and accepted date. Okay, so and these two columns serve as the primary key, and date is whenever the request is accepted or sent. Okay, now we need to write a solution to find the people who have the most friends and the most friends number. So if you see the table here, if you see the table 1 1 2 3 is the requester ID and acceptor ID is 2 3 3 4. Okay, so if you see 3 is a friend of 4, 3 is a friend of 2 and 3 is also friend of 1. So that means 3 is has 3 friends total. Okay, but 1 has a 2 friend, one is friend with 2 and one is friend with 3, so total 2 friends. Similarly, 2 is friend with 3 and 2 is friend with 1. Okay, so 2, but 3 has the most number of friends, so the output is 3. Okay, so this is how they want the output in the format of id and num. Okay, so let me, for better understanding, since gpt will produce the better output, let's ask it to explain. That's it. Okay, I think the font size, okay, let me increase this. Okay, so if you see the query, there are two things here. One is the this query, okay, which is selected as union all with this query. Okay, and lastly the limit 1 because it returns the highest salary. Okay, so what we are doing here is select requester id as id, sum of count as num from this entire thing. Okay, so select distinct requester id, counter requester id as count from request accepted, group by requester id. So basically what we are doing, we are counting the requester id, the distinct count of requester id and the id, and secondly what we are doing, we are counting acceptor id and its distinct count. So basically 2 1 3 2 and 4 1. Similarly 1 2 2 1 and 3 1, because the number of times they are occurring similarly. And once it is getting, we are combining both the things and then we are using the limit. So same thing is happening here basically. So if you see the inner query, it counts the request sent. Okay, so okay, basically it is, if you see, yeah, so basically this is counting the request sent. Okay, so if you see requester id and count of requester id and group by requester id, so this counts the requester id and this counts the acceptor id basically. See, if you say this is acceptor id. Okay, so once we have these two queries, subqueries, we use union all in between, and finally we order by sum of count descending and limit to 1. So that is how we get. Okay, so if you see, this is what we are doing here, right? Select requester id as id, sum of count as num from so select distinct requester id. So this is the first sorry, in a query till here, and this is the second inner query, and then we are grouping it by okay, sorry, till here. Okay, and finally we are ordering by sum of count and descending and limit to 1. Okay, so if I run this, you will get the output in the format which you want. Okay, yeah, hope this is clear. Let me submit this. Okay, so uh, let's solve this in pandas. So if you go to the description, let's not waste time. So it is also the same, but let us go to GPT and get the explanation. Okay, now let me take example and help it to explain. Okay, I mean explain with what is the spelling? Yeah, this. Okay. Sometimes the tokens get, I mean the tokens are limited in case of free version, so it asks. Okay, so if you see uh, the first line, what it does is a request accepted the requester id to frame, the name is id. So basically what it does is it extracts the requester id, requester id columns, uses who sent request and renames it to id. Okay, and converts it to data frame. Okay, similarly it does for users received. Okay, that means it is converting the id into data frame. That's it, column, and renames it to id. Okay, now what it does, p.concat uses sent and user received. So basically it is concatenating these two. Now what happens, all the ids, right, they get concatenated. Okay, that means vertically joined. Okay, now lastly what we're doing, combined users, basically this combined users dot group by id. So if you see the number of times id and the size, in the sense the times it is occurring. So let's say one is occurring thrice, it will give beside one the three and reset the index in the name of num. So basically id is one column, and secondly the count of, that is the size, is renamed as num. Okay, and lastly okay, so this is how what I explained. And finally we are returning return combined users num is equal to combined users num of max. Okay, so basically wherever the num is max, it returns. So finds the maximum value in the num column, this, and filters the data frame to return only users with the maximum number of interactions, right? So from this we just filter the max occurrence and we return it. Okay, so if you see in this format, if the data is in this format, right, so what it does is request id acceptor id. So firstly it accept requester id is 123413. So this is the one column, and secondly this is the second column, right? And now they get combined. So if you see they got combined, and now it is, this query is doing this thing. That means it is counting the occurrence. Okay, so once it is done, what it is doing, user id 3 has this count, num max is 4. So num of max is equal to 4, and wherever the num combined users dot num, okay, wherever it is 4, it is returning that. Okay, that is what it is returning. Okay, so hope this is also clear, right? So why I did not want to explain it here is because I need to run it and I need to show it each line, but instead here it will and show entire thing at once, right? So that is the reason. But yeah, this works fine. So hope this is also clear, right? So if you learned something from this video, and if you find this video interesting, do share this playlist with your friends who are trying to upskill in the same. And if you're new to this channel, do like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and yeah, see in the next problem statement, because we need to solve yet, I mean there are 9 problems yet to solve. Okay, so yeah, see you in the next problem statement. Till then, take care, bye bye.